What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? This is I, James, redemptionagency.com, urban-picker.com. 24 years selling full-time on eBay. All right, in this video, we're going to go over yesterday numbers, but we're going to I'll do a screen share, kind of, on this phone. And we'll look at last month's numbers and see where we are standing. And then I'll talk about what changes I've made for November. So, yesterday, I don't remember having any issues, but again, there were blocks of time where nothing came through. Let's see, overnight with offers. On the clothing store in the last 11 hours, we had 5 offers. So that's at least better than what it has been. On the media store, oh, no, I got a buyer who wants to cancel. Order placed by mistake. Okay. So in the last 12 hours over here, only 3 offers. So boo ho. So we had 9 hours with 2 offers. So offers still not a thing. Ooh, what Jordans came out today? Oh. I guess I already sold out. Oh, the Retro 5 Fires are back. Oh, they're sold out of my size already. Dag it. Dag nabbit. Those are the only 5s I really like. The Fire Red, which look like that. Those are my favorite 5s. Bummer. See, James, if you would have got up earlier. Dude, my sinuses again are jacked. At least they were overnight. Feeling better right now. All right, numbers. All right, so yesterday, Friday, October 31st, Halloween, we listed 465 items. I was supposed to get to 500, but I stopped. So close to the 1,500 goal at 1,421 items listed for the week. Sold 46 items in the media store. And that's how I can tell when something's off, because normally when I list that many, I get new, instant sales consistently. Like when you look at last Friday, well, that number was still low too, actually, then. But, yeah, so I guess it hasn't been for 2 weeks now, I guess. Let's go to the week before. That's when. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe it just felt like it. But I think I only sold like 1 item out of all those instantly yesterday. I don't know if any sold overnight. I haven't checked yet. But 46 items sold yesterday, 14 clothing, 60 items total yesterday, bringing the week total to 449 items. So 51 shy of where I want to be at 500. Money made in the media store yesterday, 431, so that's down from the day before. Clothing store was up to 301, bringing the day to 732, so at least we made it over 700. Bringing the week to $5,222, which is a little over 500, almost 600 dollars shy of last week. Boo. Boo, 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 boo. So. I've said this many times before I flip the camera. Somebody says you're going to get low sales on now because it's Halloween and people are out and about. And I've said this many times, and I don't mean for anybody to take offense to it, but that's small thinking. Like if you're running a business, you can't think small. If you're thinking small, you're going to hinder yourself from things. When you think people are only out for Halloween, you're assuming every person across the world that gets online goes out and trick-or-treats. And that's clearly not the case. It's probably less and less people that actually go out every year, it seems like, in the U.S. We won't even talk about outside the U.S. because most people, I don't know if everybody really celebrates Halloween. Is Day of the Dead even on Halloween for Mexico? So you can't think small. You can't think what you would do or what your neighborhood would do or even what your city would do. You have to think worldwide. You can't just think so small. All right, let me flip the camera around. All right, I had to, Pee-wee's laying right here, so I had to set this up around him. Okay, we are on the media store right now. I already got the numbers added up. All right, so for the media store, $16,707 for October, up 14.5%. Net sales up 25%, so that's a good thing. Up more than the total sales. Quantity sold, 1,464. So I'd like to get that number, at 2,000. That's up 23% there. 970 buyers up 14%. Repeat buyers up 17%. One-time buyers up 14%. And I achieved the goal. So I think it was last month, everything was, I do have it down. Everything was up except for cassettes. So coming in at number 5, we got video games and consoles coming in at $371, up 8%. We got DVDs and Blu-rays at $1,037.55, up 25%. Vinyl records are down $1,134, down 23%. And music cassettes, what I've been working on for the last couple of weeks, $4,870, up almost 30%. And we are averaging over $1,000 a week for the month of October. Yay. Music CDs, $7,417, up 15.7%. And we're not too far away from averaging $2,000 a week on CDs. Nice. So that's good to see. And then let's see what our costs were. All right, so we're at least under 50 here, 49.5. Sweet. 49.5. All right, changes I made over here when it comes to promotions and sales. I don't think I made any change over here since we were up. I didn't want to disturb that since now I'm glad, because now that the percentage is below 50. So it's still at the same percentage for promoted, which is, what was it, 7% for anything below $6 and 11% for anything over $6. And then the sale is 25% off with the coupon buy 2 get 2 free. So I just turned on the sales not too long ago, so they haven't kicked in, hasn't shown yet over here. My numbers are still off. Whoops, it says I got 51,040. And this one I have 52,171. So we're still about 1,000 items missing. So I'm afraid to end and sell similar because of that. All right, the clothing store, I decided to look at it differently this month. So we've got $8,408, up 2.7%. The net sales are up 5.9%. So I like it when the net sales are up more than the total sales. Quantity sold 514, which is up 9.6. Repeat buyers are down 40% over here. Ugh. And one-time buyers up 8.7. All right, top 5 over here. We got NCAA coming in at number 5, $277, up 12.6%. Boys hats, which I am number 1 on eBay in. Number 1 boy hat seller, which is $336, up 89.8%. I wonder if that has something to do with it. I finally got access to the listing quality report or whatever, and it said my boys hats are number 1. And now all of a sudden they're up 90%. Women's hats number 3, $363, up 36.3%. Men's t-shirts number 2 at $712, up 46.2%. And men's hats, $3,968, down 6.7%, averaging just under $1,000 a week. So I've got a huge pile of hats beside me that I'm going to work on today. So we'll work on getting those hat numbers up. And I got a feeling this percentage is probably going to be over 50. Yeah, 54.7 selling cost. So, what the total for October then comes out to $25,115. So that's about little over $3,000 more than last month. The year-to-date total, we're at $230,000 rounded. So I don't think I'm going to hit $3,000 because that means I'd have to do $35,000 this month, $35,000 next month, and that would be $10,000 higher per month. So I don't think I'm going to get there. I don't. All right. So changes I made to the clothing store. I went ahead and dropped my promoted percentage down in this store, down to 9%. So we're going to try to start working percentages down. I haven't done it on the media store yet, just because last month was so good. So this store obviously needs some work. So I dropped it down to 9%, but I took the sales from 25% off up to 30% off. So give the discount to the buyers. So that's going to probably be my mindset that I'm going to be trying come in January when eBay changes their promoting. If I have to lower my media store's going crazy right now. If I have to lower my prices and when I lowered the percentage, just to try and give the discount to the buyers instead of giving extra money to eBay. And that's going to be my mindset going into it. So we'll see how this month compares to October by making that change. Dropping the promoted, but also dropping the percentage off. Oh, let me see where we're at this morning already. So we're going on 11 a.m. My clothing store's at $84. We're only at $76 on the media store. So we're, even though with all those cha-chings, we're still less than the clothing store. All righty, well, November. So we're just going to be listing and keep that number climbing. Let's see how many items total in my store. And this is including quantity items also. So in the media store, 69,759 items. In the clothing store, we have 21,169 items, bringing the total to 90,928. So we're getting ready to hit 91,000. I want to try to hit 100,000 by the end of the year. So if I was making the 1,500, 4,500 every month, that would be an extra 9,000, and that would put me right at it. So if I can list about, stay on average about, if I just stay on average 250 a day, I'll beat the number. If I don't know, I'd have to do more than that because I got to make up for what sells too. So never mind. So I may not hit that. My problem, what slows me down is with the media, I have to look everything up to make sure it's not in my store so I don't put duplicates up. So that's what slows me down, even with List Easier. But then after I do that, I can power it all up. As I said yesterday, trying to list 500, did 465, but I had all that stuff up here that was already ready, that I had already looked up. So I was able just to power through that stuff and get it listed. So, and that's how you can do so much in one. So if you have stuff going in your store that you know you don't have listed, using AI, using List Easier, you could get 10,000 items up in a freaking week. Easily. That's why my mind's starting to think of things that I might be able to buy that I know I don't have in my store that I can just bring in and just straight list. So I'm not sure what I want to do though, because everybody, you could say the easy stuff like postcards and things like that, but everybody does postcards and things like that. So I want to try to think of something a little bit different than what everybody else is doing. So maybe I'll do that research today, try to find something out there that I can buy in a big bulk and just list individually. Maybe I'll do that today. That could be fun. Actually sitting down and trying to come up with something unique and cool and easy to run through List Easier, and then also easy to pack and ship, easy to store and pull, something that's super quick. I'll give that some thought today. All right, that is all. I do believe. See if I can see anything that sparks any conversation interests on here on YouTube. Not really. All right, enough for me. I'm getting to work. All right. Thanks, everybody, and I will see you all in the next video.